Hello, broadcasting not live because this is pre-recorded from my house.
Grove City, Ohio.
Yes. Yeah.
This is our last
Chapter 14. We made it. We made it, baby. Yeah.
We read. I wish there was a professor. I'd be like, I read the entire book.
I don't know if y'all read the entire book, but that's okay.
It's
if
totally
you
fine.
didn't read the entire book. But if you followed along thus far,
we thank you.
We thank you. You know what? We're
send you
like
all the love.
if we ever do merch, wink. We'll send you a free bookmark.
Yeah, make sure to message us.
Yeah, if you've made it this far
and you're still listening,
literally, like actually go
DM us
to your DMs.
We'll send you a free
bookmark whenever that happens. If you can't see the YouTubes, we're winking.
So winking. That's that awkward pause.
Okay.
Speaking of pauses, before we begin, as you know, we always take a moment to ground, taking a moment to breathe, and be present in your body in this here and now moment. We always acknowledge the ancestors of the lands we are occupying, knowing that we cannot do our own remembrance work without remembering them. For I, me, and I, they are the Bay Miwok Yokuts, Shawnee, Miami, Hopewell, and Adena people in California and Ohio. We also acknowledge and welcome our benevolent ancestors, guides of all the seen and unseen, Mathala, God, Source, High Power, into this gathering today. And lastly, we acknowledge and thank you, Kapwa, for your presence right now. You are exactly where you need to be, no matter wherever and whenever you're tuning in.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in. All right.
Grounded. Now that we're grounded.
We're grounded. We literally are on the ground. On the floor.
You see the chair and the piano.
Yeah. This is my house, y'all.
Isn't it cute?
Look at that.
Ain't it cute? Just like her.
Aw, thanks. Okay, so we're doing a new thing.
We're doing a new thing.
Guys, are you excited?
So I'm gonna need you can time it?
I will time it.
All right.
If you want to tell the people what we're doing.
We are going to do a 90-second decolonizing heart check-in, y'alls. So, just gonna go off like whatever's on your heart, what you decolonizing in this moment.
Yes.
And am I starting? You starting?
Oh, I don't know.
Should we do rock, paper, scissors?
Rock, paper, scissors. Wait, we'll go on shoot. So rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, we did the same scissors. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Go!
Stop being a bruja and reading my mind.
God. Okay, stop with for synchronicity. Just for this time. Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
4 in a row. 4 for 4. The ancestors are here.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right. Because we're brujas. We just know.
The internet's is tired of us. Okay, last
one. Okay, one more if it's...
Damn it. Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yo, I'm done with her.
What'd I do? Okay. I can go.
All right.
First.
Ates should go first.
So, while Steph has been visiting me,
timer.
Okay.
Okay.
Am
ready?
I decolonizing?
Yes.
Can I tell the story?
Oh, before we do it.
Yeah.
Okay. We told you it was new, so hey.
Okay, just real quick. So one of our friends, V, shout out V.
Hey,
she calls us what? The twin
at Well with V.
At Well with V. She calls us what? Twin stars?
Twin stars.
Like, the Sanrio twin stars. But
who's the pink hair? Blue hair?
Pink and blue hair.
I don't care.
I don't care.
Okay.
One of them is technically a brother and one of them is a sister. But,
Well,
you know, whatever.
we're the exception. Okay, keep going.
So anyway, we decided, we recognized, observed that I'm probably ate. And like in age-wise, I am literally ate, but there have been a few times I've ate'd.
She ated me.
Yeah, do you know when you've been ate? Do you know what that means? What does it mean? What does it feel like to be ate?
You older sistered me.
I did, but in a loving way. I'm a
older sister.
very nice ate.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Decolonizing heart check. In
Timer.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's 90 seconds. Let's see what I'm decolonizing. Okay, so we just started the segment, so I'm currently not decolonizing anything. However, what I would like to decolonize, so what I would like to decolonize is my, and I think we talked about this, so I'm sorry if I'm stealing yours, but like my beauty, decolonize beauty standards. And so I feel like over the years, I've been on that kind of journey anyways, like shedding the European standard of beauty,
Right.
and accepting my brownness, et cetera, et cetera. But there are still some things that I do that I'm like, do I really like to do that? Or was that standard of beauty given to me by capitalism, which is colonization in itself, right? But also, like, some things, I love eyeliner. Do you know what I'm saying? And is that okay to love eyeliner? I think it is, but also, like, why do I feel like my eyes look better with eyeliner?
They pop more. Because they popping right now.
See? Your ate thanks you.
But yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
And our ancestors didn't know. When was the mirror discovered?
Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
That was my 90 seconds. Are you ready?
What am I going to decolonize? Okay.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I really am tempted to go into beauty, but
yeah, I mean, we can continue the conversation.
let's just do it.
Yeah.
I mean, damn. I was going to talk about food, but we can do that another time.
Yeah.
Decolonizing beauty. Yeah, I just completed a photo shoot and I was tempted to get my makeup done, but I didn't because I was like, 1, I could do it myself. 2, I don't really feel like finding an artist out here that late of a, like, you know, with a research. You know, you go online, you look for people and they do like things like that. And I was like, is this serious? Like, is this serious? Like, who am I trying to impress if I put, no offense to people who love makeup and that's your jam, great. But for me personally, I'm not comfortable with a lot of foundation and all that stuff. There's like a lot of layers that happen. So props to people who do their makeup. But for me, decolonizing makeup, because where I grew up, my mother wasn't really a makeup person. So my influence was simple stuff. So that's why I just get eyelashes and lipstick. That's my jam. So it's essentially what happened. But I was just questioning myself, like, why do I have to get my makeup done? This is an extra thing. And I wasn't really thinking about it, but yeah. So that's what I've been decolonizing. I'm also moving to, when am I going to take a break from these lashes? Because why do I need them?
Because they make your eyes pop. You don't need them, but maybe you want them. Okay, and time.
Right.
Sis.
Okay.
So we're doing this little segment to, 1, make sure we don't go off on rabbit trails for half an hour in the beginning of our podcast, because I know that y'all love us, but I'm not sure if you're that invested into our personal lives. Do you know what I'm saying? So, plus, we thought it would be a good exercise to invite you guys to think about, from the time that you're listening to this podcast till we drop the next one, what can I be decolonizing, or what do I want to decolonize? And just have that as a regular practice for yourself. And that's what we're going to be doing as well. So like thinking along those lines every day. Like what is a possible, what would this look like decolonized, or what steps I might practically taking to decolonize food or
Oh, that's a whole
time
talk.
or et cetera, et
Yeah,
cetera.
yeah.
So yeah, that's the decolonization heart check. 90-second. Ching.
Bing.
Okay.
Thanks for yeah.
Sis.
Okay, we're complete on that.
Yes, I'm complete.
Oh my god.
And we are literally complete on this book. It's chapter 14.
I know. It's become, Mama, we made it. It's the
Started
last.
from the bottom.
Now we're at the end.
And now we here
of the book.
of the book.
Chapter 14. So, giving y'all the Brown Girl Cliff Notes version. We basically, chapter 14 witnessed the conversational interview between Chato Basa, founder of Babaylan, a Philippine women's network in Europe, with Girlie Villariba, partner of de Torre, author of Touching Ground, Taking Root. It was definitely part of a revolution. And Girlie is her Chato's friend and activist. They're networked together during a time where Filipino rights were non-existent and protection and resources were not accessible, gave rise to brown feminism in Europe, where through collaboration with Genevieve, Vaughan, Global Fund for Women, that's an organization I guess Genevieve is part of, helped create support for victims of sexual exploitation and various forms of discrimination in Europe. Ate Chato's life story tells us how the eldest daughter from a poor and patriarchal family in Mindoro, Philippines, followed the breadcrumbs of life, making her way through agricultural jobs to clerical to government positions that took her through Italy and exceeded her own expectations, landing in work such as attending the United Nations conferences on human rights and women's rights. So essentially, her lifelong successes and achievements are indications that connections are essential.
Yeah.
And it truly does take a village to bring out sustainable, impactful change.
Yes. I thought her story was interesting as well. I noted that, I don't remember what page it is, but she alluded to the fact that she was undocumented when she first came to Italy.
Mm-hmm.
And then the people she was staying with, I think it was Girlie, was it? I don't remember, but...
it's in the book.
Yes, it's in the chapter. I'm sure you guys have read it.
Basically, she migrated. Okay.
Yeah.
We're not gonna pinpoint there.
Yeah. But I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, her visa wasn't valid.
Yeah.
They weren't taking it or something. So
especially because in America, white supremacy looks at undocumented immigrants as lower, as not intelligent, as just a burden. But then she went ahead and she was very intelligent, obviously, if she was able to do all these things and accomplish all these things. So it just, for me, I just like that note about her life. So
yeah, and it kind of does flow into the vocab word, sis, if you don't mind me cutting you off a little bit.
Let's flow
into how she was becoming a TNT, a tago ng tago. Tago ng tago. Hiding, basically.
Hiding.
Filipinos and their syllables.
And their double. Hiding.
Hiding. So yeah, page 295 is where TNT appears. And she says, there was no visa for Italy. I knew its consequence. I was bound to become a TNT, an undocumented migrant worker. She was with a group of 22 Filipino women and men, all going to Italy to work with documents as domestic helpers. So, yeah, she kind of wants to speak into how, work was needed and she had to do what she had to do. She had to hide. And
this picks up on what we had spoken about a few episodes back about Filipino women and how they do
what they gotta do,
what needs to be done,
survive.
Yeah. So, have you ever heard your parents say TNT?
I haven't. You have.
I have, which now I realize that means my mom has known some undocumented folks. And I didn't know that because she would be talking to her friends and she'd be like, yeah, mga TNT.
Oh, mga.
Yeah, like talking about someone like, oh, they're TNT. So
Yeah.
now I understand what that means. I didn't know until now. So,
I mean, that's
oh, I do remember. Sorry,
no,
I do remember one TNT, but I didn't really know that was the term. But one of my aunties, not blood, your titas, one of your titas. It's not necessarily blood related, but she was
church.
But she was in Cali, and she was a helper, a domestic helper, like a nanny, and her visa ran out, but she didn't have money to go back home to renew it, and her employer wouldn't give her money to do that. So therefore, she had to hide, and she was undocumented.
I'll throw this twist in there, which is crazy. I have an uncle who is part of, I wouldn't say ICE, I mean, not oust him, but he does find the TNTs, and he's Filipino. So he's in the Navy. And
interesting. I wonder how he feels about that. If he feels conflicted or...
I'm not naming names, but I mean...
No, of course.
People in general, wield power how they feel fit to help their camaraderie, peoples. We witness it all the time, especially with the injustices of people who get killed, and then people of color, black men, particularly black men and women, and they don't get justice. And the things that happen within the things that just happen, right? How the law doesn't work for them. So I'd say that all to say, having an uncle who was, in that, he did the best he could to support Filipinos in America who were here undocumented, and he did the best he could. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
So
it is a conversation for sure.
Yeah. So TNT, tago ng tago.
Tago ng tago.
Tago. Hide.
That says a lot. It says a lot in itself.
Tell me more. What do you mean?
I mean, hide. Tago ng tago. Hide.
Oh, stress.
That's stress. It's shame.
Yeah.
It's embarrassment. It's like, oh, I'm doing something wrong. I don't belong here. It's a whole other level of I don't belong here.
Yeah, but I'm working here.
But I'm not accepted. It's a whole level of not being accepted. So yeah. Woo! Wow.
And to not have the tools to maybe to be like,
sometimes, yeah. That's why they're undocumented, not because they don't necessarily want to be. Nobody wants to be undocumented necessarily. But like they but if they could be documented,
at least the
that's
opportunity to be there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So anyway, tago ng tago.
How do you say tago? Speaking of hide and seek, so tago, seek.
Tago ng seek. Cheese ng burger.
Cheese ng burger.
Pork ng spoon.
Taglish. My mom speaks Taglish. She says it too. Oh, Taglish. Anywho.
Are you complete?
I am, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. My vocab word was kababayans. Kababayan. So, on 292, she references, I actually did not know that there is a Babaylan in me. But then the people I was helping started saying that I was a mother to the Filipino community because of my readiness to help fellow citizens, kababayans, and other nationalities, non-kababayans. So, have you heard this term as well?
I have. I recently found out I got a filling like last month, and my dentist is Pinay. And when she commented on one of my think I was wearing like a choker.
Mm-hmm.
I said something about the Philippines, and she was like, "Oh, Kababayan." I was like, "Wow." And I asked her if she knew what Babaylan was, and then that sort of stopped. But, anyways, it was cool. It was like a Kapwa recognition word.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, kababayan and non-kababayan. Very, very interesting.
Yes. How about you?
Yeah, I've heard it here and there. I've not had it addressed to me in recognition. But I like the term kababayan.
Mm-hmm.
It feels good. Say kababayan.
Kababayan.
It's actually it feels like the opposite of tago ng tago.
Yeah.
Like a balangka.
Kababaylan.
Kababaylan.
Ooh.
Kababaylan. Citizens of the Babaylan.
Baba. We've been talking about Babaylan, Nick. So kababaylan. Baba. There's a lot of syllables. I'm just saying.
Kababayan. And non-kababayan. Yeah, so.
Nice little words. When you see someone, you call them kapwa, kababayan, kapatid.
Kapatid.
It's always like ka.
Yeah, ka. Because it's that.
I think it feels like a recognition symbol.
Yeah, it's that symbol, the ka.
Aww, love.
Yeah. So that is my vocabulary word.
Okay, we're plugging along. Look at us being efficient.
I know. It's because we did that 90-second.
And we've done this a couple times now.
Heart check, yeah.
Can you tell? So we are recognizing we're in an era of 2-day shipping and 140 character tweets and 15-second videos. So
so here we are.
We're listening to you listeners.
Yes, we're trying to be succinct for you. For you. Wink.
Wink, wink. So, quotes?
Yeah.
Okay. I really liked, actually it's nice that I cut you off because our quotes are like right after each other.
Oh yeah, look at that.
So, I mean, essentially, chapter 14 was a nice ending exit interview, if you will.
Oh yeah, it was like, because it was an interview style.
Yes, it was. It's like scripted, sort of. Mm-hmm. Well, it was literally. But one thing I really loved, just kind of bringing in all the chapters of all these people doing phenomenal work in the field, spearheading things, stepping out of their comfort zone, recognizing their voice, their talents, their gifts, sharing their experiences, being brave enough to write about it, submit it. You know, I think that it kind of emphasizes the quote where she brought up, says on page 300, the relationship with all these significant women blossomed in my passion for organizing work has gone far beyond my highest expectations. So I think it's that, like, if you choose to read the chapter, just she won a lot of awards. She made it again from Philippines to Italy, and got herself a man, a hot, passionate man, sounds like. So just how sis made it, right? And she recognizes she didn't make it without network and connection. Yes. And I feel like I've been saying this. I think I said this already. This was my third time today, maybe. That today that we really can't make it without each other, and that's essentially what Kapwa is. We are intertwined. I am you, you are me. We are one. Easier said than done to recognize and really feel into, which I understand. However, this is just, again, a quote that emphasizes, like, she's giving homage to the connection she had, the people she had. There was a part, actually, kind of finish my train of thought here, that she was, like, telling her friends, there was a conversation, they were just saying, like, how did you do all this? And I wrote village power.
Yes.
Next to it. It's on 299. It says, sometimes they would tell me they feel jealous and I have performed more important work, giving and caring for others. And so I tell them, stay by me and infuse me with more energy and new learning so that I can give more to others. Interesting wording. As an energy worker, I have some thoughts, but I do recognize how she's kind of implying that, we feed off each other in a sustainable way, benevolent, consensual way, and how that can amplify, again, sustainable, impactful change. Just like sis, we collaborated.
Yeah.
This is episode, what, 19?
I don't know, but it's up there. So what are your thoughts, if I may ask? You said as an energy worker, you have some thoughts and then, about what she had, her quote about, stay with me and
give me energy.
Give me energy.
I don't really subscribe to the word give me energy, give me your energy. I think sharing, and that's synergy. I think synergy is the word. For me, synergy feels more like consented. Like, and so that's why I know your quote's gonna flow into it.
It is.
Kind of.
It is. We planned that.
Wow.
It was very
do synchronicity, like 7 rounds of rock paper scissors.
That was crazy though. That 7 rounds of rock paper scissors.
I know.
That's some bruja shit. Be like, get out of my head. Stop taking my energy.
I know. Yeah, so I mean, essentially, it's just like, I speak this as a generator. You really need community to do. We have to be like that meme, like Care Bears.
Oh yeah, the Care Bear meme.
We have to combine our powers all together for us to make it.
Powers combined.
Yeah.
I mean, but true. It's very true.
I mean, brown people of melanin, indigenous descent, like we have, I wouldn't say an uphill battle. There's a saying, I'd rather die on this hill. Oh, that resonates with y'all. But I do feel, for me, the time that we're in is very much like, it took 500 years to colonize or capture Filipinos, Filipinx. It's going to take a considerable amount of time to continue the conversation and keep it alive about what is Babaylan, what does it mean for you to be Filipino American, and how are you kind of what is that called? Preserving the culture. Recognizing that we're going to assimilate and we're going to bring in our own traditions and upbringings and different perspectives. But at the end of the day, you're always going to be Kapwa. So
yeah, Kababayan, Kapwatid, Kapatid.
And I'm very happy to be connected with, sister friends, and I recognize how without their support, consensual, which we're all learning about. We have this thing about capacity. Like, do you have capacity? Making sure to check in, see with people you talk to or confide in if they have capacity. Or developing ways to communicate where you can show up for each other with capacity. Because it just never serves anybody to pour from an empty cup.
Yeah.
But I say this on all hindsight that, community is everything, connections are everything, network is everything. And so let's just keep doing this together, and in our own unique ways.
Yes.
Too. So, what do you think?
Yeah. I was gonna say, if you feel complete, I'll flow into the other part.
Yeah.
My quote.
Do it.
Okay, so my quote was from 301, and she is talking about. She kind of summarizes. It feels like she's summarizing what her life was like, helping the Kababayans and the non-Kababayans, and her kind of like heart perspective on it. So she says, I've transformed my weekends and holidays for and with migrants because we could only meet on days off when they didn't have work. I felt kind of guilty for abandoning housework many times and leaving house management in the hands of my husband while I'm away for meetings and conferences on behalf of migration and development. I've totally transformed my house into my working place. Friends who have come to visit and stayed with me raise the concerns about endless telephone calls received and made, and the cost of all the things that I do, the economic and mental stress involved. So I often email and talk to my friends to thank them for being with me. When I reflect upon my life, I think about being available for others and the sacrifices I have made. There is joy in overcoming obstacles, of finding even a partial, if not the whole solution to a problem. It's the Babaylan's gift. I may be a gift, and many women and men are gifts. I do recognize that I am not only for myself, but I am for others. That idea of Kapwa. I feel that being a Cavalier de la Repubblica, which is the Knight of the Republic, which is a philanthropic order that she was a part of, is a lifetime commitment. Excuse me. And there's no denying that to be able to continue to doing things that I do, I must also take care of my own self and protect my feelings now, because these will reflect on the quality of my life and what I could do more. So, as someone who also recognizes energy work, and as someone who runs a household as well, I have lots of thoughts, and someone who is also like sacrificed a lot for on behalf of the community to the detriment of myself, honestly. So it just speaks about the capacity thing, right? And just recognizing what capacity you have for yourself and honoring your own capacity. And because there's always going to be someone to help. I think we talked about this week, like kind of like in advocacy work, you know, it can get tiring because there's always somebody to help. There's always a cause, and that's good. That's good to help, and it's good to know about the causes. But if you're not protecting your own energy, it can drain you so much. Burnout. And so I think it's wonderful that she was able to do all of these things, but it sounds like she's put in here, I feel guilty for abandoning housework many times and leaving house management in the hands of my husband. First of all, don't feel guilty about that. Okay?
I didn't want to interrupt you, but I saw you go.
Saw me. I was like,
she threw shade to the book.
I mean, respect.
She's like, I'm not guilty.
And respect.
This is a shared experience.
But yeah, like he lives there too. That's all I got to say. That's all I'm saying is he lives there as well.
Something to think about.
But this was
take her toss.
Take her toss, and this was written another time. And I feel like she's from an older generation. Right. That my mom would definitely feel guilty about that. Yeah. But I find it interesting that she ties the Babaylan spirit to helping other people, which it is, right? But I honestly feel like if we're going to think about being Babaylanik in this modern day age, it really is a conversation to be had about capacity and respecting whoever you're with, their capacity to, or whoever you're in relationship with, whether it be like sisterhood or like even collaboration. We're in collaboration with a Kapwa for a project, and we always talk about capacity. Like if you have capacity to do this, and it's very much a give and take.
It's just a self-check. It's really a consensual like way of asking for consent, and that's because it's kind of like respecting boundaries, and that's I think what people are kind of awakening to about how am I drawing boundaries? Am I drawing boundaries? What do my boundaries look like? Who do I let penetrate them? Who do I not? And how do I hold that practice moving throughout the day?
And I think she landed there eventually. She said, I must take care of my own self and protect my feelings now, because these will reflect on the quality of my life.
Yeah, she'd be like, I did all this stuff. I can retire now and enjoy my retirement. Yeah. If she did retire, I don't know.
I don't feel like you ever retire from that sort of work.
Well, maybe we reach a burnout point and we're just like, I can't live like this.
And that's what I'm saying. I feel like as the Babaylan in 2021.
That's a whole ass term.
Babaylan. I feel like, for me, I'll speak for myself. that I would love to not be burnt out so that I can continue to always do this work, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think, you know, for me personally, one of the ways, and I would probably say for you too, but I want to speak for you, but like to laugh. Like, that's why we laugh a lot. Like this, I mean, some of this stuff is heavy in this book. This chapters is heavy. Like,
it's not funny.
It's
and it's funny.
It's funny. It's funny because it's not funny, and it's not funny because it's funny.
Yeah.
So, I just encourage y'all, like, obviously you're here for the same reasons, because you feel the call to understand Babaylanic issues or search for the Babaylan within yourself, right?
And what is it?
And
what does it look like?
What does it look like? And just to encourage y'all to, like, if we're going to do this work, to really honor each other's capacity, and for you to honor your own capacity so that we can continue to do this work.
To show up, not be burnt out and give up and go back to comfortable complicity.
Or being frustrated and being like, you know what, it's too much, being overwhelmed. It's too much.
And projecting onto each other. Let's start feeling our feelings and owning our feelings and recognizing when we need to speak up, stand up for yourself, or when you just need to sit with what is happening.
Yeah, so. And also, like, delegate some stuff, you know?
Yeah, it takes a village. That's why I wrote village power.
Yeah, it honestly really does.
That's what Girlie did. She hired Chato to work for her. So she needed help for whatever activism work she was doing. So they did it together. Yeah. Just like I would not be able to pull up this podcast without my sister friend here.
I mean, same. I wouldn't do it because it would get too much, and it would be not fun.
Yeah.
You know, it wouldn't be I would drown in the heaviness of it. Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah. And we had someone ask us today, like, how do you get through the book?
Oh, yeah. And we're like,
together.
Together. That was the answer. Yeah. Together. Yeah.
Great punch. But yeah, thank you all again for tuning in. Do you have I'm sorry, do you feel complete?
I do. That was my feelings and my note about that particular thing.
It's been a pleasure. This is to be continued.
Yeah, we're not saying goodbye, but this is like chapter 14. So
we're gonna and study break, because after things, you know, when you accomplish things, you celebrate.
You're going to celebrate.
We don't come at you with a study break.
Who is the celebrant?
Us.
Oh, sige, Kapwa.
I know, Kapwa. So, thank you for tuning in, season 1, and look forward to many more.
Yes. So. And, as always, as we end our conversation and close out this container, with gratitude, we again wanted to bring recognition and honor to our ancestors and the ancestors of this land. Thank you for joining our conversation today, and as we end, we leave you with a blessing. May the Babaylan spirit guide and connect you to other kababayans. Even on the tiredest of days when you feel like you can't help anyone, may you recognize that you are a gift. May you know the liberation of empowered community. May Kapwa grow in your heart. And until we meet again, may you know that all is well and will be well, and that whatever happens, you are loved.
My heart was
Okay. Kababaylans.
Kababaylan.